your inner counselor seeking guidance from your higher self. The human body is amazing, given the ability to heal oneself based on inner wisdom and inner knowing. Did you know that if you chose to heal yourself from the inside, that you will have a better life? You can live to your fullest potential, becoming a happier person along the way. Get all the info you need here. Chapter 1. Inner counseling is all about pulling from our higher self, mainly from the conscious and subconscious mind. This will not only affect our personality and the way we look at things in life, but it will allow us to tackle certain tasks. We are able to do amazing things just by working from the base, which is often referred to as our inner selves. A lot of people say that our higher self is like an angel that watches over us. In many cases, this is true. If you condition yourself with love, empathy, honesty, and spiritual relief, you can achieve anything you put your mind to. All the riffraff that's in your life will gradually start to fade away, leaving you a positive outlook on life. The basics. The universal mind also has much to do with this. Everyone has a soul, and as a human, we experience everyday situations that may change us. For example, if you've recently been through a traumatic, life-turning event, you might have turned into a new person. You take life seriously and with heart. The only way you can go back to the way you were is by seeking guidance from your inner self. It doesn't matter if you believe in God or not. What matters is that you realize there is something more to life than what we see before us. There are spirits, angels, and souls all around us. Generally speaking, there is a higher power within our mind that can heal us, and it is our job to release it. Pay attention to the earth around you and communicate with those who are healthy. By doing so, you will have an easier time connecting with your inner self. In order to bring harmony, peace, and joy to your life, you must take care of yourself. Don't put yourself in risky situations or ignore your feelings. Being in tune with how you feel is one of the top reasons why people are able to practice inner healing. In this ebook, we will demonstrate how to connect with your inner self and start the healing process with step-by-step instructions. Chapter 2. How to seek guidance. The most important aspect of healing is being able to see through the connection you have with your mind and body. This even shows in many medical practices around the world. Through scientific research, we learn that some of the things you do can trigger stress, anger, and anxiety. On a more positive note, you can also flip that around. By staying in tune with your mind and body, you will be able to find out what it is that is bothering you. Once you identify your problem, the healing process can begin. Usually, this is through self-healing with meditation, yoga, communication, journal writing, and spiritual mentality. What if you are in a deep pit in life where you simply cannot seek guidance from your inner self? There are many people who go through severe life-changing events and just cannot pick themselves up right away. In this case, you will be on a faster track to inner healing if you work one-on-one with another person. Communication is the key. Tell someone how you are feeling or what it is you want in life. We recommend going to a psychiatrist for help. Psychiatrists aren't for crazy people or those with mental issues. They are here so you can identify what you are feeling and get to the bottom of the problem in your life. Once you are able to put the pieces together, you can start to self-heal yourself. Be sure to keep the communication with your psychiatrist until you are fully comfortable with the idea of inner healing. Another way to begin self-healing is to keep a log of everything you are going through. Write down your habits and what you do each day. More importantly, let your journal know how you are feeling. If certain memories come up and you experience anger or happiness, write this down too. Be as detailed as possible, keeping a rating of your mental and physical discomfort. You can rate it from 1 to 10. You may begin to see a pattern in your log. Once you do, you are on the right track. A log is meant to find out what habits can be bad for you, how certain people can affect you, and pinpointing what activities make you the most happy. Ever heard of anything called progressive music relaxation? This is where you listen to spiritual songs that will relax the body. Start out by listening to sounds from the rainforests, chirping bird music, or peaceful ocean waves in the background. You can find some of these types of music on YouTube, and if you want to get your own CD, there are many available online. just look for nature tracks. These are some of the most basic techniques if you are not ready for meditation or other extreme ways to heal yourself. Start with the basics, and you will finally be able to move forward in life, conquering more tasks as you go along. Chapter 3: Inner and the Higher Self. The inner and the higher self are two totally different topics. Your inner self is what is paying attention to how you feel and is accountable for your actions. The higher self is considered the subconscious mind and is intertwined in a spiritual world with the earth. Also, the higher self is much more powerful than the inner self. Why do you think people who meditate for so long are more calm, positive, and eager in life? They are constantly trying to condition their mental state, and by doing so, we are triggering the subconscious mind. This may take many months of concentration to get in touch with your higher self, but is well worth it. The difference. At some times, we are dragged down a relentless road by a rope we cannot untie. Everything moves so quickly in our life that we feel there is no time for bettering our condition. We are wrapped up in so many responsibilities which cause us to become tired, angered, sad, impatient, and worried. In order to stop this pattern, we need to slow things down in life. Taking just a few steps to breathe and enjoy nature in life will help you get where it is you need to be. Even the smallest changes can make a huge impact. When I feel myself sad or upset, I will always visit the park to feed the birds. At our park, they have swans, ducks, and geese. These beautiful birds are simply magnificent, and you can feel the energy from nature. Standing there, gazing at the water while having all these birds surround you is creating positive energy for your inner self. It also affects the higher self as well. While feeding, you hear the smaller birds up in the trees just chirping away. The sound is so relaxing, and you are right there next to it. You seem to forget about all the problems you have. With my example above, have you learned something yet from this? You can heal yourself first by creating positive energy. What is it that you enjoy doing most? Is there a certain activity that calms you? It could be going to the beach, going on a hike, or just staying in your room and watching a comedy show. Even though we recommend sticking to nature, you can still do other things to help you bring back that smile on your face. If you are not positive, then you cannot begin to heal yourself. And this is why it is so important to take part in these activities. Of counseling. Counseling treatment for emotional or mental issues should not be taken lightly. If you realize you have a problem and need healing, you first will need to know what is bothering you. Besides, you can't just go to Plan B without completing Plan A. With self-healing, it doesn't work that way. You need to get to the base of your problem first. A professional therapist is someone who will listen to what you are feeling, and they are not there to judge. They are there to listen to you talk. And by doing this, you are self-identifying problems that always seem to surface. For example, you might be talking with a therapist and mention your boyfriend constantly drinks. You've tried so hard to get him to stop that you've even been bringing him to church. One day, you come into the therapy session with tears in your eyes, exclaiming that you drank with him one night because you felt you couldn't help him. It's like they say, if you can't beat them, then join them. The concept's right there. Before your therapist even responds, you identify the problem. Your mind grasps that this person is clearly unhealthy for you, and in order to work on yourself, you need to stay away from him. Luckily, you've only been dating for 5 months. You've had quite a few boyfriends and have been in the same situation with another. Use this learning experience. This is what will help you pull away from him. During the next few weeks, you continue to ignore him, and time starts erasing any memories the two of you once had together. It's painful for you to go through, but with every day you talk to your therapist, they notice that you are getting better. Your conscious mind does not constantly revolve around helping him now, and you can begin to heal yourself. This is why it is so important to surround yourself with those who are peaceful in their lives. Of course, everyone has problems. Just make sure the person you are around is positive and at least tries to work on their issues. Someone cannot possibly change until they want to change. Being pushed to change simply won't work. Describing your feelings and any thoughts you have with a therapist or a friend is a good way to identify problems and set yourself straight. Some may even give you advice you can follow. And if so, be sure to follow their advice. Always make sure it is the right thing to do. As selfish as this sounds, the advice must help you instead of the other person. If you must leave someone who is unhealthy instead of help them, then so be it. You need to work on yourself first before you can help anyone other than yourself. Chapter 5: The Steps in the Guidance Processes. The guidance process involves healing your inner child and normally requires you to go through 6 steps. Before you start, you need to be able to trust yourself and validate your actions. In this process, you may feel many emotions such as anger, anxiety, and frustration. With anything else in life, you must overcome the obstacles that face you in order to move on. This may not seem easy, but if you take it one step at a time, you will notice a major difference in your attitude and spirituality in life. You will be able to do things you've never done before, making you a stronger and more confident person. By being in tune with how you feel and associating these feelings with certain situations or events, what you are doing is trying to pinpoint what causes you to feel this way. With this in mind, you should follow the steps we've showed you to get counseling. The steps counseling is always the first step in the guidance process. If you cannot help yourself, you will need counseling. This is very important because with counseling sessions, you'll be able to self-identify some of the problems that are going on in your life. Of course, a therapist is there to ask you questions and get deeper into what you are feeling. In order to do this, you must trust yourself. Your inner child needs to be released from hiding. If you have experienced neglect or any abuse in the past, this may make things harder on you, but this is why they have therapy sessions to help. The next step is validation. You need to validate everything that has occurred in the past. If you have gone through issues with your dad who would sometimes hit you, you're considered a wounded child who has not yet mentally recovered from this ordeal. The feelings you feel are perfectly normal. If you are experiencing shock or anger, realize that it's okay to feel this way. Don't let it rip your life apart, though. Healthy individuals are those who are able to move on and forget about the past. Of course, masking it is not a good way to deal with this situation. First, you need to face it by enrolling in group therapy or private counseling. We recommend doing private counseling first, as this will help you come out of your shell if you are one who doesn't like to talk about what happened in the past. The skills that are required in counseling. If you plan on counseling yourself, there are many skills that you will need. Also, certain techniques will help you as well. Some people prefer not to share their past or let alone their feelings with anyone else, so they will instead connect with their inner self. This takes a strong person to do this, but if you are determined, you can reach this point. Here are the skills you will need for self-counseling. Skills. Meditation skills. Meditating is the act of clearing your mind and focusing on how your body feels. Pick a place that allows you to concentrate. This place shouldn't be noisy or crowded. You can travel to the hills to do this and set out a blanket. You'll be surrounded by nature with the sound of birds, the wind, and earth. If you prefer, you can meditate in your own backyard or in a quiet room of your home. If you are using a room, add some incense and light music. Feel free to sit back and cross your legs or prop them up however you want. The key to this is being relaxed, and in order to do this, you must be in a comfortable position. Be sure to put a mat underneath you when you are in the room. You can make this room you are in the official meditation quarters. Communication skills. Even if you do not want to meet up with a counselor, you'll need to focus on communicating with your higher self. Take a few minutes to breathe in and out, concentrating on how your body feels. Bring a friend with you, so after you meditate, you can discuss your life with them. This is part of the healing process and is a vital step toward recovery. Talk about your relationships with a spouse, friend, or a family member. By letting your friend know how you are doing in life, you are... Chapter 7. How to make sensible decisions. Making sensible decisions in your life is what can make your life better and allow you to move forward with goals or activities that you plan on doing. Even the smallest decisions can point you to where you are going in life. For example, you have recently received a new job offer, but the commute is 20 miles away. The job doesn't even pay that much, but you're thinking of taking it. You had originally planned on going to school for nursing. Which one do you think is a better idea? Obviously, going to school for nursing is a better idea since it will help you in your future. You won't be making any money right now, but at least you will secure your future. Plus, earning anywhere from $30 to $50 an hour would be better than working 12 hours a day at $12 an hour. The choice is yours. Remember to make good choices and not ones that will put your future in jeopardy. The right choices. Another example is making decisions for certain relationships. If you have a family member who has fallen into a dark path and refuses to get out, they may want to bring you down with them. However, they don't mean to do this intentionally. Your cousin recently started doing drugs again, and they even asked if you would go smoke with them. You are already in a good position in your life. You work hard, have a sweet husband, and are well on your way to owning your own home. Jeopardizing this would be foolish. People make foolish mistakes all the time, and even though they do it, you shouldn't. If you have a daughter or son, you will be more likely to be cooperative in making positive decisions. After all, you want your kids to have a good life, but in order to do this, you must concentrate on yourself. Some decisions are difficult to make. When you do make a decision, you need to outweigh the bad, and this is how you can find out which decision is better. Should you go to that important business presentation or skip it to go to an interview for a job that pays more? This is a difficult decision since you do not know if the company will hire you right away and it's only for an interview. However, you do have a good chance. Think about the possibilities before you dive into a risky decision. Chapter 8. The effects of the inner counseling to higher self. The effects of inner counseling to your higher self can really make a difference in your life. Did you know that even mind coaching and hypnosis will allow you to reach your full potential? Hypnosis works by giving you motivational therapy which grasps your inner self. During this time, you are not conscious. Of course, your subconscious mind is still in tune with your body. The impact everything in your life will be affected just by trying inner counseling, such as your personal goals, job development, level of harmony and satisfaction in relationship. After you've begun taking the necessary steps to practice inner healing, you will start to see these effects within a few weeks or less. Inner healing allows us to build up confidence, strengthen our emotional side, and deal with certain situations so we move forward with everyday tasks. In order to do this, you must believe in yourself and surrender your whole body. Start by surrendering your body to counseling and hypnosis. If you have a hard time remembering negative situations in the past, or your mind blocks them out for a reason, you'll need to go back in time and remember everything with hypnosis. This can bring back some painful memories, but if you want to get ahead in life, it is necessary. Go with a professional who has been working in hypnosis for many years and knows what they are doing. The act of hypnosis can sometimes be dangerous, but so far there are no reports of anything going wrong in hypnosis throughout history. It is the act of going back in time within your mind and remembering certain situations. Some people choose not to remember their past for a reason. This can be very unhealthy because you are building up fears that were never faced when you were younger. There is a good chance you may still have these fears. Inner healing will allow you to gain back your self-esteem. We often look at our past failure, and in order to stop this habit, mind coaching is extremely important in some of these cases. You need to surround yourself with energy that is positive. Your beliefs go hand in hand with self-esteem, so make it a priority to get yourself healed. As we explained before, there are so many different ways to heal yourself. The techniques we use are 100% useful and will work in any type of situation. It doesn't matter if you are going through a past or current dilemma in your life that you'll need to work out. Chapter 9. The benefits of the inner counselor. There are many benefits of inner counseling these days. For example, you will be able to feel more at peace in some of your daily activities and even feel happiness. People who are severely depressed simply can't get a hands-on in life because they are not able to crawl out of that tall ditch. They might have been the ones who made the problems for themselves, or things could have hit them along the way in the life. You couldn't prevent the death of your uncle, nor could you avoid your engagement being called off by your boyfriend because he decided to run off with your best friend. These are two prime examples of something that is not in your control. However, with inner healing, you will be able to get back in control of your life and reap the benefits of healing. Advantages: inner counseling can transform your life and help you achieve certain goals, such as advancing in your career, being more positive with other people, making the right decisions, and setting goals. You'll become the person you've always wanted to be. By practicing inner counseling, you can better enjoy relationships with friends, family, or your spouse. More benefits include feeling better about yourself and avoiding depression. If you are already experiencing symptoms of depression, it can also get worse from there. However, by taking preventive steps like daily meditation, one-on-one counseling, and tuning in your body with nature, these steps will help you connect with your higher self. Once you are able to reach your higher self, you can begin working on deeper issues that are beyond your control in life. Another benefit of healing is being able to see your goals. You won't just have a single goal without a plan. Now you will have a goal that has small steps which lead up to it. This gives you direction on what to do in order to get to the place you want. Having a plan in life can bring you a long way, and this is exactly what you are doing. The healing process will allow you to see things in a clearer perspective, instead of stepping back and grumbling at everything you need to do to get to your goal. Most people who are not in touch with their inner self don't know where to start. If you have been practicing, you should be clear with your goals and will able to go further in your life. Wrapping up, reasons on why you need to be a good inner counselor. Being a good inner counselor is important when it comes to healing yourself. You need to know exactly what steps to take and how to plan everything accordingly. If you do not do this correctly, you will not be able to heal yourself. For example, if you know you are not ready to be your own counselor, you will need someone else for this. Get a friend or a professional counselor to talk to. This will open the gates to identifying your problems and even allow you to help heal by yourself. However, in order to practice inner healing, you must be stress-free with a clear mind. This might be easier said than done. Here are the top 10 reasons on why you need to be a good inner counselor. To promote your self-awareness. One reason to become a good inner counselor is to promote self-awareness. You need to stay in touch with everything you are feeling. If you are diving deep into your past memories, you may show extreme emotions of anger, anxiety, or sadness. Be aware of what you are feeling. This way, when situations surface in your life, you can handle them better instead of avoiding the problem and moving on. This is actually quite unhealthy and should be avoided. To bring peace back in your life. Everyone has a reason for bringing peace back in their life. This is because with peace, they want to be able to take on certain goals and activities they once did before. If you are stuck in a rut, you cannot do this. To promote a healthy lifestyle. Have you noticed that people who are not in tune with their inner counselor will destroy their lifestyle with bad habits? They tend to eat unhealthy meals and even sabotage their relationships. People who do not care to have a healthy lifestyle will avoid healing themselves and continue to live on the dark path they are already on. To mend broken relationships. By being a good inner counselor, you will be able to mend broken relationships. You have not spoken to your mother in 2 years because of her bad habits, and you don't want her rubbing off on you. You feel pain in your heart, wondering if she is all right or if she would ever have the courage to call you, but she knows you are angry. Once you are healed, you will be able to forgive anyone, no matter what they have done. These are the 4 most basic reasons to become a good inner counselor. Now, there are so many more we could discuss, but honestly, the list would go on forever. Let's go over some other reasons to become a great counselor and repair your life. Promote happiness within. Give yourself a head start for your future. Be able to communicate effectively. Become wiser in your social or professional life. Get rid of stress and anxiety. Reach goals you've always planned for. Remember that you'll know when you have completed the healing process once no more improvements can be made. If your stress and anger have disappeared and you are no longer fighting with your loved ones, this may be a good start. However, if you still have to concentrate on other things, such as expanding your career and becoming a successful person, this must be worked on as well. Never stop until you are truly satisfied with your life. This is one reason why we recommend having a logbook on everything that happens. You will look back a month later to check up on your progress and will actually see how many problems you have in your life. You'd be surprised by what you read. Even if your life seems perfect, you still may need counseling on some bad habits of yours that have not quite gone away. Don't quit until you reach your full potential. Keep working on even the smallest issues in your life. You will start to notice that things get better and better each day as time passes by. Later on, you will be glad you did this. We don't recommend quitting the self-counseling process, even if you've reached one of the most positive peaks in your life. Instead, keep going. We've seen that people who keep going will end up helping others. Since they are now able to help themselves, they can lend a hand to someone who is in desperate need. Everyone needs to be picked up off the ground at one point in their lives, and if more people helped, the better it would be. However, the problem is that so many people have problems of their own that they do not tend to care about others, let alone help them. Use this guide and follow each step to become a better person and help people who were once in the same position as you. When you do this, you will become a happy and peaceful person.